bubbles. Oh.
And that's how we started on YouTube.
Shit.
Oh, shit.
It says setting up your meeting, so we're not fully live. Oh, never mind. There we go.
It clearly says it for me.
Okay, and we are going to start now. So welcome everyone to the 3-episode podcast. Tonight we are doing one of our interlude episodes, which are our bridge episodes between trios. Our last trio was on the apocalypse. We covered some natural apocalypses. We covered man kills self, nature kills man, and then some science fiction stuff where we went into like the Matrix and zombies and stuff like that. So one of the things we kind of touched on then was surviving the apocalypse, as far as like where would you go. We're going to go a little bit more into that today, which is a good bridge thing. How would you survive the situations we brought up? But I have been talking long enough. As usual, I am your host, Justin. Joining us is our normal panel of, peoples. We have with her curly purple hair is Val.
Hello.
And then we have John with a nice D&D t-shirt.
Yeah,
I like it, John.
Twisted T's went down the wrong pipe.
Are you gonna bash someone up beside the head with that, John?
My insides right now. Oh, happy Taco Tuesday, everybody! I actually have a taco with me tonight. It's delicious.
Nice. I had chicken parm.
Yeah.
As John eats his giant taco, we have my brother Ryan.
I downed 5 guys way too fast, and now I got the itis, so I'm a sleepy boy.
Nice. And then last but not least, our local survival expert and mountain man, according to his beard, is Steve.
I said I would die within the first hour. Guaranteed.
Why would you die within the first hour?
I am going out in a blaze of glory. I am going to murder everything and everyone around me.
See, you're going to be...
Hopefully all dead.
You're going to be I was going to say, you're going to be the guy that's just swinging wildly at zombies and accidentally cuts the head off of some live dude that's also trying to survive.
I'm okay with this. He got in my way.
You're the worst case scenario for survivors.
I am definitely the worst case scenario, but if I live, you're going to get pretty far if you're far enough behind me.
Right. So for tonight, we're just going to do, let's say we're going to go with zombie apocalypse. I think that's the most survivable apocalypse scenario. I mean, most of the nature scenarios, it's kind of hard to survive. It's kind of hard to determine how you would survive because that'd be all like what's actually left, what's being affected, that kind of stuff. I think zombies is a good base point for us to start talking about like survival plans. It's also probably the one that's covered the most when we talk about survival. I mean, there's a whole TV show about it, that kind of stuff. So
there is.
Yes, Steve, there is.
There's actually two. One of them's terrible. The other one's becoming much more terrible than it used to be.
Well, The Walking Dead, which has one good season, and that's it.
And then the other one, which is the spinoff, which has always been terrible.
Well, I don't watch that. I only watch one season of The Walking Dead.
You didn't miss anything. So.
Well, there we go. That's good.
And then, of course, did you say was the best?
Would Game of Thrones count?
No. Justin, which season did you say was the best?
I said I only watched season 1, and then season 2 sucks. So
yeah, okay. I thought you were saying you only watched season 2, and I was like, and if that's your baseline for what's a good season, you have severely missed the mark.
No. Basically, I stopped watching when it stopped being about the zombies and it started being about like their bullshit. And I didn't want to watch their bullshit. I wanted to watch them survive fucking zombies. So. I lost interest.
That's why Fear the Walking Dead failed so hard for me, because they had an option to really show, like, make the show survive in the first 2 weeks of the apocalypse. And after, I think, 2 episodes, it was like 3 months later, and it was just generic bullshit after that, and it wasn't...
Oh, so it was basically like, what you wanted to see, and then all of a sudden they were like, and here's... The Walking Dead 2, like that kind of shit.
It was The Walking Dead West Coast.
Oh, that's stupid. Yeah, no, nobody wants to watch this shit.
They brought in Morgan to be on that show, but he was already like meh as it was.
Right.
And
I don't remember which one Morgan is. So
I don't
Reality.
remember. He was the crazy guy. I know from season 1. He had his son in the first episode,
okay.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
and they brought him over to Fear the Walking Dead, and then they brought him back over to The Walking Dead later on.
As a zombie?
No, he was alive. I don't know what's going on now with him.
That's
But
upsetting.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I stopped watching it. I see things for it all the time. I think it's still going strong. Is it? Well, I guess strong is a relative term, but it's still going.
They removed. So Carl officially died. Spoilers. Carl died. Andrea died in season 3. Rick.
Oh,
walked
sorry.
away.
Spoiler alert, people. You
I
might
already
want to hit
said that.
mute right now.
Rick walked away. The guy who plays Rick, Andrew Lincoln, walked away from the show. So now it's like all the people that I initially cared about, I don't care.
Right.
A nuke can go off and it could become the Fallout TV show, and I wouldn't care.
You sure? I feel like you care a little if it became a Fallout TV show.
Are you kidding me? If there was a Fallout TV show,
Amazon's
John would
already
be
making
like,
it.
are they?
Yep.
Yeah, they are.
Of course
Yeah.
they are. Amazon's making fucking everything. I forget what it was. There was crap. There was one today that I was looking at that was or no, that wasn't. It was Netflix. It was from the people that made The Old Guard, which is an awesome movie. If anybody has not seen it yet, that was a very good movie. But anyway, so back to Apocalypse Survival. Does everyone remember what they said where they would go?
Yeah.
I said my local
Here.
bodega.
Oh yeah, Ryan said here. Ryan said my apartment,
Yeah.
which is only good, I guess, for another week, Ryan.
2
So
weeks.
3 days?
yeah, 3 days.
I think I
So-
said my dad's house, my mom and dad's house, but then I changed it to Steve's house because he's got all the weapons.
Steve only has melee weapons. I guess one of the first rules of survival, especially as zombies, a zombie attack, like a zombie apocalypse. I don't know why apocalypse skipped. Like my brain is like farting words today, but one of the first rules of a zombie apocalypse is to save ammo. Is like don't use ammo. Make sure you use melee weapons as much as possible.
Ammo's
Remember
definitely a
correctly?
last resort.
Yeah.
So that goes with arrows or harpoons or your fancy gancy boom boom guns.
Fancy Gansy boom boom guns.
I don't know what that means.
My
A gun, an actual gun.
Yeah, literally.
Okay.
I mean, if COVID has shown me anything, it's go to Trump country because those are the people with the guns, but not smart enough to avoid getting the infection that turns them into a zombie in the first place.
So if you could like wait a couple weeks, like wait things out up here, and then once they've all offed themselves somehow down south, then you can go and get the guns.
Yeah, exactly.
So I just did a really quick look up. I don't know why I didn't have this up before, but I just found Wired.com's 5 rules to survive a zombie apocalypse. Number 1 is stay with your group. So if you have a group, stay with your group. Number 2 is the missing are doomed. So if you're missing someone, presume that they are dead. Don't go looking for missing people.
That's the basis of like 3/4 of like, apocalypse and disaster movies. Is we gotta go find our mama in a different part of the villa, and then they just end up. It's terrible. Just presume they're move on.
I feel like that's 3/4 of the Walking Dead episodes as well. So some dude is missing. Let's go find them. At least season 1, there's at least like 4 episodes where someone goes missing and they have to find them.
Do you know who the most logical people to survive the fucking apocalypse will be, Justin?
Nuns.
Well, no, they're gonna die very quickly, but that's not because
Like themselves in, and they probably have a lot of like food stores. Nuns. You can lock your churches are pretty well fortified.
Sometimes it depends on the church.
Yeah.
I mean, usually nuns are in abbeys, and abbeys are kind of like castle-ish. So
Well,
Yeah.
it depends
I mean-
on where the abbey is. Most abbeys nowadays are just generic buildings. There's nothing spectacular about them. But if you're in like France, sure, maybe.
right.
Well, Maybe there's zombies.
How about the seed vault that is in? I believe it's in
Ooh.
Iceland. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
it's Iceland.
Yeah, it's in Iceland, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yep.
but they don't. The problem with the seed vault is you'd have to make sure you bring all your own supplies because they don't allow anything to contaminate in there. So there's no food. There's no
Well, no, like there's also no like soil and like lights.
right.
It's just frozen seeds, Ryan, to repopulate the earth when we need it.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, but it's also like everything proof, too.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's the problem. Okay, so yeah, you can protect yourself against the zombies, but then the surviving part is there as well, which means that you
Yeah.
have to like eat and shit. So
Well, according to most zombie movies, and I guess you could say most zombie media, zombies freeze also. So most of the year you can pretty much get get around
So
away from
I
them.
did last time did I say museum? I think I said museum.
yes,
I think Travis also said a museum.
Yeah, I think we kind of determined that museum was a good idea, especially depending on the museum. Like if you take the London why I can't think
Tower
of
of London.
No, the big museum in London. It's not the Tower of London. It's the actual museum.
The British Museum. You mean the actual Museum of Britain?
Yeah, the actual British Museum. Is it just called the British Museum? I don't remember if it has a fancy name or not. But
I don't remember,
if you take something like that,
we can say that, and we all know what you're talking about.
yeah, that's gigantic. It has like multiple floors. It has a lot of space. It has like 4 or 5 different restaurants in it. So yeah, I think museum is good, especially because there's a lot of things you can make weapons out of. That was a good answer.
I was thinking about like the one closest to me is probably like the MFA. And the MFA has, we talked about all of the like ways that you would have to lock things or unlock things depending on whatever. But like, if I'm thinking of the MFA, and there's a lot of weapons from like different cultures that like there's a whole like hall of indigenous peoples, and they have a ton of cool weapons. I think that would actually be like kind of cool to get to. Like if the world's going to shit, I'm gonna try on some really cool like different cultures. That's what I'd be doing.
Learn all the things.
Does MFA stand for motherfucking antiques?
Museum of Fine Arts, but yeah.
It's art. That's what it stands for.
No, I know. I figured. It was just, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought it was a funny joke. Yeah. I still think that like BJ's or one of those like a Walmart. I think that's still my answer. Some kind of store that's going to have a lot of stuff. Rule number 3 is kind of self-explanatory. It's don't go out at night.
We actually have a pop culture reference in regards to that from King of the Hill when there's a tornado coming. They have the Megalomart, as they call it, which is like their cartoon version of Walmart.
Right.
And there's like a tornado coming, and they show a scene where everybody's just like, oh, I'll take all of this. And so it's probably realistically now the worst place to go, especially where you guys live, because everybody's going to go there, grab whatever they can real quick, clear it out, and then you're left with just 4 walls and a roof.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. It's that bad rush to like get stuff. Yeah, it's understandable. You probably want those places that are more out of the way and people aren't going to really think of. I think it's in Ansonia. There's an army barracks or army supply
it's the National Guard Depot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would probably be a good, because that looks like a castle. And that's okay. That brings me to my next question that I just thought of. Do you think it's easier to survive over in like Europe where there's more solid structures like castles and stuff like that versus over here where a lot of stuff is more, I don't know, less well made?
I think it all depends. Like there's going to be, like it would be much harder up here to deal with that, like than it. So like the South is going to have like if zombies freeze, the South is never going to have frozen zombies, and Europe will have frozen zombies in the parts of it that will freeze. But then you're also going to have to deal with like if there's a zombie apocalypse, you still have to deal with all the shit that goes on, like hurricanes and tornadoes and shit. And there aren't that many hurricanes and tornadoes that are going on in Europe.
Right.
So I feel like in terms of like structural buildings, there's some pretty strong, like skyscrapers are pretty strong. They're built to withstand, tons of, earthquakes. And I'm guessing that zombies aren't going to be great at climbing stairs. So like if you get up to like the 20th floor of a skyscraper, you should be pretty okay, because they're not going to, it's going to take a long time for them to like fall over each other up 20 flights of stairs.
Again, depending on the type of zombie, because if we look at the if we look at certain like the running zombies or the zombies from
World War Z.
World War Z. Thank you, John. If we look at the zombies from World War Z, then they'd probably get upstairs just by like.
I mean, they climbed that whole wall in
Right.
Jerusalem, which again, that's the scariest part in that whole film for me.
I think if you look at like all zombies that have been portrayed in media and look at like the bell curve of like things that they can and can't do, the vast majority of zombies would not be like Usain Bolt. You know what I mean? They wouldn't be like. So I think that if we take like the average Joe zombie that could freeze, probably couldn't swim, could like make it up some stairs if they like happen to be walking in a certain way, but like couldn't have like doesn't have the mindset to be like, those are stairs, I should climb those. I think we'd be okay. I don't know about Europe though, because there's a lot of like Europe is a lot. I feel like there's not as many. There's more like castle-like buildings, but there's also like
no infrastructure.
Yeah, like the metropolis of the United States is like pretty gigantic comparatively to like a lot of Europe.
The screwball part of Europe versus the United States is we built our country around the automobile. So we have the interstate system and highways and parkways and et cetera, to link all that together. In Britain, I can speak from experience, to go from where we were for my brother-in-law's wedding back to London's Heathrow Airport, it was the equivalent of a 2-lane road the entire way. So it was like a 3-hour car ride for what would have taken in America probably like 45 minutes to an hour.
And because they also have like Europe has a much better like rail system than we do.
Right.
But that would
and that if that shuts down, that's already going to create a bigger horde in these population centers.
Right. That's what I'm saying. The train obviously, if there's like a world collapse, that's going to be one of the things to go first. So they'd be fucked. Zombies on a train. Why hasn't anyone made that?
Train to Busan. That has been made.
It exists.
Yes.
It's a zombie train?
Yeah.
It's
Train
a
to
very
Busan.
good zombie train movie.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Well, I know what I'm watching.
It's Train to Busan, Busan. It's made by
Sequel.
Yeah, I don't remember what's the sequel of.
It says Train to Busan 2.
Yes.
It's actually a Snowpiercer prequel.
Oh, dude, I watched the Snowpiercer like series, the first season. I binged it since I've been home so much, and it sucked.
Really? I fucking loved it.
The show?
Yeah.
Oh God, it's like okay. So it was so so this is an apocalypse scenario, so I'm okay talking about this for so long. I think that like the setup of the train was amazing. The class system explained was amazing. I loved like the classes interacting, but like the acting was so bad. It was so bad. It was so bad. Like it was not.
I don't think it was horrible. I don't think it was that bad.
Connolly to be
Was it
like
better or worse than the Librarian films?
Way better than the Librarian, the films and TV show.
the fucking it. I was just like, I had to like, it was I don't know. I had to like grit my. I like caught myself like with my shoulders tight.
Cringing.
I don't know.
Acting.
Maybe I ignored it, but I absolutely love the show. Like maybe I just ignored the acting. I just took it for what it was. But
Yes, we're really cool, and the storyline was really cool, but like, it was. I love the way that they like punish people, though. The way that they,
the ice lung.
yeah, ice
Yeah.
lung, ice arm, yeah, that's like.
Yeah.
Also, the logic. Okay, so that's another thing that fucked with me that I hated. The logic of temperature was so poorly like done.
They take
because
that from the movie too. Yeah, it's the same thing.
there was like they accidentally broke a window, and like, what if you're making a train that's 1,000 cars long that's carrying all of civilization, all of the food and plants and animals that you need to be doing? Why would you be able to swing a hammer and break the window?
So he didn't. That train, if you saw the movie and what it's actually based off of, that train wasn't specifically designed for this scenario. That train was designed before the world ended as basically a cruise ship on rails.
So what? They've also had 7 years in the show. They've had 7 years going around the Earth to fortify their train. Didn't you think?
Do they have glass on board to fortify the glass?
Metal? They could have
Anyway, let's bring this back to the actual apocalypse scenarios and not bullshit plot holes in a train show that I'm not going to watch.
apocalypse scenario. I'm just
Wait,
saying,
John, you're not.
scenario, and we ended up on a train going around the Earth. Don't have fucking windows next to your cows that can be broken with a hammer.
John, a show with a train as the main character sounds like a show that you would like, though.
I already watched that show. It's called Thomas the Tank Engine.
You watched it last week.
I'm so top hat. No, my favorite episode is when Percy just like, get fucked. I'm not coming out of this tunnel. So they fucking take the rails away from him and brick him the fuck up.
Yeah, I remember that.
So good.
I remember that scarring my childhood, John.
The best is that it comes back on Reddit once in a while, just as with the title of "Fuck Percy," and it's just that, and it's just him bricked up and sad.
Well, he was a whiny little bitch anyway.
Yeah, that's why they did it.
Wait, what?
Anyway, that's a fun apocalypse scenario.
Yeah.
What did they do to him when he came out of the tunnel?
He looked outside. He thought it was gonna rain. Percy is this vain
Because he had just gotten a new paint job, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
He's the equivalent of, I don't want to drive my Maserati. I'm gonna keep it under this tarp in my garage for 6,000 years. And he's like, they're trying to make him pull some stuff, and he goes, "It looks like it's gonna rain. It's gonna fuck up my paint." So he stays in a tunnel, right like this. And they just go, "You got to come out." And he's like, "No." And they're like, "All right, cool." And they take the rails away from in front of him. They brick him up.
Like the cask of Amontillado?
Yeah, kind of.
Yes.
Yeah,
exactly.
I guess. I love that reference. Thank you, Val. That reference was awesome.
They also have that reference in Fallout.
Oh,
That's one of my. Fuck you, John. That's one of my favorites. I fucking. Oh God.
well, you were like, oh, it's a child show, and they entomb him alive. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, basically. They're like, fuck you, we're not letting you have these resources anymore, and they just kind of like ignore him.
They don't give him any more coal. They don't top off his water, and he just like, okay, and he just gets sad and sad and sad.
And if I remember correctly, he gets dusty to the point it ruins his paint anyway.
Yeah, it's fucking primo.
End of the episode.
Yeah.
So he's
the episode's fucked up.
It's some
He's
good shit though.
forever slowly dying.
Yeah,
This-
basically.
And then like an episode or two later, they're like, "Oh, somebody's got to pull this freight train. Oh, we'll make Percy do it." And they fucking tow him out. They rebuild the rails behind him, tow him out, give him some water and coal, and he's like, "I'll be good. I'm sorry."
Yeah.
That's a little.
It's one of my favorite things.
Yeah, if you want to ruin your childhood, look up fan theories for Thomas the Tank Engine. They're pretty
Dude,
fucking dark.
We've talked about one on a few shows back where we I think it was that the island of Sodor is the equivalent of an apocalypse scenario.
Right. Everything else is dead around it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good shit.
Yeah, I remember.
Hey, one of the things we didn't talk about at all, and it's relative, was the Discovery / History Channel show Life After People.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought it was kind of fitting for everything because we kind of talked about like what would happen after X, Y, or Z. And it's great because they always show like one day after people, as though we were all just fucking raptured away by Cthulhu himself, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, they never give any kind of specific reason why humans are
which is
gone. They just
totally
go,
fine.
humans just disappeared one day.
But it's just like one day after people, a bird decided to have sex in your house. And it's like, all right, bird, do your thing, bro. 3 days after people, the eggs have been laid. It's like, all right, that's a little bit more detail than I was expecting. 15 years after people, these birds have taken over the world. All
That'd
right, neat.
Yeah, that's on history.com. I feel like I need to watch that over again because I haven't seen that in forever. But yeah, that's a really good show, and it's very they show it very scientific. I like there was one where it was like a stadium and it like an entire forest takes over the stadium, and it just shows like these deer now live in this stadium.
Well, so there was I don't know if it was the same episode, but it was talking kind of about like the entropy of like what nature does when people aren't there anymore, and it explained how, you know, the island of Manhattan was built on swamp, and eventually it would, you know, the vine take over, and it would like eventually kind of sink back into
What's
river.
great is they actually based that show off of a real life place, which we've talked about in the past, but it was Chernobyl in the Ukraine.
Right.
And you know, they're like, what would happen 20 years after people? Well, we already know. And they're like, they just pan over to Chernobyl and you can kind of see like some plants and stuff regrowing through it.
Yeah.
And a building here or there starts to crumble a little bit and goes, in 100 years, we probably would never know this place was a city.
Yeah, I mean, Chernobyl is a special circumstance as well, just because of the fact that they're studying it because they're trying to figure out what happens to this, not only when no people are around, but also when high levels of radiation. I mean, there's that, I forget what the name of the mushroom is, but there's a mushroom that they found that started growing just randomly, just started growing around this area that eats radiation, which is just...
Are so I have been so into mycology lately. Dude, fungi are the coolest organism on the whole planet, man. They're so wild. So tell me more. Sorry, I was yelling because I was excited. It's an radiation eating mushroom.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the name of it. But it's a mushroom that they had, you know, came about and it eats radiation.
Amazing. I like mushrooms a lot.
Yeah, but they're learning a lot of stuff just by researching Chernobyl because it's one of the first places that's like that.
Only places where humans were very heavily populated and then all of a sudden just one day was gone and hasn't gone back.
There's actually a lot of good examples of places that you could find like that. It's just more places you'd have to break into at this point. I highly suggest the YouTube channel, The Proper People. They do a lot of walkthroughs of older abandoned buildings and stuff, and you can see a lot of the same stuff happening like Chernobyl, like we're talking about. There's some really notable ones. There was a company that was shut down because they ended up going bankrupt, and they actually worked on like fertilizers and farm stuff. And it's kind of funny because they had all these greenhouses, and you can see how the outside plants are like now breaking into the greenhouse. That was before trying to keep all the outside plants out for outside for all the plants inside. It's a really cool channel. I highly suggest it at all times. Proper people. Yeah, you can see a lot of good examples of the same thing like Chernobyl, just
So
not as radiated.
So this mushroom, this fungi, it has a high level of melanin, which is the pigment in skin that turns it darker. And this high level of melanin absorbs radiation and turns it into chemical energy that it then uses, kind of like
Shit.
photosynthesis.
Radiotrophic. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Radiosynthesis. God damn.
Yeah.
See,
it's
this is
really
what I'm
cool.
saying. Mushrooms are like aliens. They're not like plants. They're not like animals. They're their own little, doing their own thing.
Yeah.
They're-
We'll one day we'll do a whole a mushroom thing,
Oh,
and then you can get your geek on.
oh my God. Do you guys see the when I harvested the oyster mushrooms from the back of my tree?
I did. You had mushrooms for like 6 days.
Dude, I did the math. I had like $400 of mushrooms growing in the tree in my backyard. It's
That's
wild.
fucking cool.
It was cool. So there were the oyster mushrooms, and I knew that they were oyster mushrooms because they don't have any lookalikes that are poisonous, and so I had to like do a spore print, and I called a couple of people and asked about it, and I know what like they smell like and what the spores, the color of the spores, but I just started like cooking. I ate nothing but like mushrooms. I should have dehydrated some of them. They were so good. Oyster mushrooms are amazing. They're wicked easy to grow too.
Yeah.
Boston is showing, Val.
Huh?
I said your Boston is showing. The wicked easy.
They're
Wicked.
wicked easy.
I love how
They're
you
wicked
said that.
easy.
I love how you said that, and she confirmed it into the most Boston way
Eh?
possible. You're like, huh?
My mushrooms are wicked smart.
These mushrooms are wicked good, yo. Bill Burr loves them. He gets them at Dunkies.
Here's the thing though, I don't have a Boston accent. My mom has like this raggedy Boston, she's probably watching, this raggedy Boston, Rhode Island accent. And she lives in the South now. And people I was down there a couple weeks ago and people made fun of her because of how she talks. They were just like, what are you saying? But apparently they were like, hey, I can't understand you. And that happens often or relatively often.
Yeah.
My roommate just yelled at me. Apparently it's Dunks, not Dunkies, but hey.
Oh, God.
The proper
No, they
place.
changed it to Dunkin'. Didn't they change the name to Dunkin'? It's not Dunkin' Donuts anymore. It's just
Dude, whatever. The fucking bullshit is right here, like down by your house, and I have no desire to go to Dunks if I don't have to.
the first one that they ever made is right by my house.
That's pretty cool.
I
I love my
don't
Dunkin'
know.
Donuts. So
Dunkin'
the only-
Donuts is the McDonald's of coffee places, okay?
Hey, Dunkin'
So,
Donuts coffee
Fuck
smell.
McDonald's. Fuck
No.
Dunkin' Donuts. Dunkin'
Good
Donuts. Huh?
I said McDonald's has good coffee comparatively. Dunkin' Donuts coffee smells like burnt piss. It's gross.
And it doesn't, there's no, oh man, we're going to get so sued. There's no consistency between chains.
No, you're right. You can go to one on the end of my street.
there
and
goes our Dunkin' Donuts sponsorship.
Listen, we're never going to get Dunkin' Donuts money. Dunkin' Donuts doesn't want our show to sponsor. Doesn't want to sponsor our show. Dunkin'
I
Donuts
don't
want to sponsor the show. You can make up for it by making sure that all of your fucking stores are consistent. And I will take back everything I've just said. But until then,
Well,
Dude,
the issue with that is a lot of Dunkin' Donuts are franchised. They're
exactly
owned by
which is
separate
the
people.
worst
So
part of the whole system.
McDonald's and Wendy's.
We're gonna make the Dunkin' Donuts apocalypse, cause this to happen. Just a flood of coffee.
I have a segue to get us back on track. Have you guys ever seen the person who took a McDonald's Happy Meal and just put it in like a box and has been checking on it every year for like 20 some odd years, and it looks the fucking same?
Yep.
Mhm.
So it's like not rotting, it's not melting, it's not like there's so many preservatives. That is like, I feel like that would be, if we're like 2 to 3 years into the apocalypse and like people are really starting to get gross and like cannibalize each other, or like, foodstuffs are terrible. just break into a McDonald's or a Wendy's because all of their shit is gonna still be
Wait, so
how it is.
So a quick sidetrack back to what we were talking about, just really, really quickly. So you've seen the show. Did you watch the movie Snowpiercer?
No.
Go watch the movie, please. The movie has Chris Evans. Chris Evans in it. Captain America.
It's Captain America. Yes.
He has Captain America in it, and he talks about eating babies. And you need to go fucking watch the movie. Go watch the movie, please. Go watch the movie.
All right, bye.
He's the best. Have some more twisted.
Okay.
Oh
God damn it!
We are kind of on track because we're doing food next. So
yeah. Okay, so wait, before we talk about our next trio, can we take this quiz really quick so we can see if we'll survive the apocalypse?
And then I've got a fun question for after the quiz. I kind of prefaced it in the chat earlier, but
okay, so this is a fun Boston-based "Would you survive the apocalypse" quiz, and we're gonna take it together.
Take it, got it.
We're gonna discuss the answers really quickly and decide which one is a group that we'll go with, and we'll see what our results are at the end.
Folks,
so the first question.
Leave your answers in the chat below. There's a slight delay, but we'll address them as we can.
Yeah, definitely. It's a sunny day in Boston. You're walking along the Freedom Trail when you see a man lying on the ground. It looks like his jaw has rotted away, but he's managed to make some weird sounds. What do you do? 1, ask if he needs help and call an ambulance. 2, keep walking. You haven't seen Quincy Market yet. Or 3, check the news on your phone to see if there are any jaw-rotting viruses going around.
This is just what happens in Downtown Crossing.
Yeah, that's literally Downtown Crossing.
Wait, why isn't there behead him?
Well, these are the answers.
Legitimately, all right, we can all agree that the first answer is dumb. We're not going to talk to this guy. He's going to bite our ankle. That's just how it's going to happen. The problem is there's no nope the fuck out and walk away.
Yeah, there is. Keep walking. I still haven't seen Quincy Market.
That is, in my opinion, the best answer, and I don't love it. Because I think Quincy Market's just going to be a fucking zombie horde when we get there.
Wait, where are we before we go? Where are we?
You're walking the Freedom Trail.
Where on the Freedom Trail?
I don't know. It just says you're walking the Freedom Trail. I have no
I'm assuming near Quincy Market.
Yeah, near Quincy Market.
Near Quincy Market. That's the problem.
There's certain parts of the Freedom Trail that I would kind of expect to see people lying on the ground with pieces of their body hanging off.
You mean like near the Common? Because that's absolutely a place.
I need more information.
All right, listen, we're gonna nope the fuck out and go see if Quincy Market's a fucking horde. Are we all in agreement?
Yes, nope the fuck out.
Keep walking.
Number 2.
Yeah.
I would like to behead him, but that's
not an option.
All right, we're gonna keep walking.
Not a choice.
Number 2, you look at your phone to check social media, and there are reports of people in New York City with more body rotting symptoms. It doesn't look like anyone else in Boston has been affected yet. What do you plan to do? Head to South Station to take the next train to New York. I need to help those people. Walk to North Station to take a train to Maine because that's where you think you'll be safe. Or go have a drink near Fenway because the Red Sox are playing.
Let's go to Fenway to have a drink. I'm going to need it.
North Station.
I ain't going to New York because New York sucks.
Also,
sorry everybody else who's a part of the Give Us a Shot network.
There's also no way in hell that anyone from New York would come to Boston to help us if they heard that we were hurt.
That's true because we have Boston and we're good.
No, because New Yorkers aren't nice.
Yeah, because we're Boston and we're good.
Yeah, but I'm not helping them either. I'm going to Maine.
You're from Quincy. That's totally different.
So we're going to 2?
Yes.
Okay.
North Station. Maine.
Yeah, 2's going to win it.
Just as you were about to move away from the jawless man, and an ambulance arrives. As a thank you, the EMT offers to bring you to lunch. Where do you tell him to go?
Cheers. Always cheers.
Hold on. I have a question. Is he going to take me to lunch after his shift? Or is he going to, the ambulance comes up, sees the dead guy with his jaw hanging off, and is like, I'm hungry. Are you hungry? Like,
I think it's drop you off on the way to the hospital. I'm pretty sure that's.
So when are lunch? And also, where is he offering to buy me lunch? Because
I think you messed up somewhere because we decided to walk away and not look at our phone.
Yeah, but as you're about to walk away.
Oh, okay.
This is
The-
as you're about to walk away.
The messed
mean-
up part to all of this is I'm literally picturing a place on Mass Ave where I watched a dude pass out and we all walked on by, and about like 3 minutes later, an ambulance just arrived. And this exact thing happened. And you know what I did? I walked around the corner, got in my car, and continued about my day.
Yeah, because this happens 30 times a day.
So okay, so here's the options. There's 4 of them here. Boloco on Federal Street. Don't know what that is.
Gross.
This
It's Boston local company. It's a disgusting fucking chain.
as I said, I haven't been to Quincy Market yet. I heard there's lots of food there. The food
is.
truck's near South Station. I'm not hungry, but you can drop me off at Whole Foods. I need to go grocery shopping.
Say
You said
again.
There's 4 options.
Yeah, that's what I said. There's 4
None of
options to
those
this one.
options. I'm
Loco,
not gay.
Can we
I'm not-
walk away? Can we walk away?
Boloco, Quincy Market, food trucks near South Station, or Whole Foods.
I don't like any of these options. Hi, Jess.
I don't want to be anywhere. I don't want to be anywhere near people right now. I thought we were going to Maine.
Exactly. Fuck this. Fuck this ambulance driver. You're on your own, bro. I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Well, these
Yep.
are the options that we have. So which one are we going with?
Whole Foods. Going
I-
to Whole
I
Foods.
guess the Whole Foods is the winner. It makes
No, but we
least
drive
amount
with
of-
them though. If we go to
No.
Whole Foods, we get driven with them.
Oh, yeah.
That's
So
bad.
just to cover what we're doing, because just asked, we are currently taking a quiz to see if we would survive the zombie apocalypse. The quiz is based in Boston, since we have 2 of our Boston locals, and it has a lot of Boston local things in it. So we came across a guy with half his jaw hanging off, and we decided that we were going to continue walking. But then an ambulance arrived, and the ambulance driver said, "Here, I'm going to drop you off somewhere for lunch." And now we're trying to figure out where we're going to go to lunch, because this quiz is really weird. But whatever.
The
Like,
only good answer of those 4 is Whole Foods, because Whole Foods is full of rich white people who probably have
Right.
good medicine and probably would be the second wave of zombies.
Oh,
So
Right.
let's be
Beth
real.
Jesus.
Huh?
Also, let's be real. If we're talking about if we're gonna dive into like how elitist and classist Whole Foods is, people will drive their cars rather than take public transportation to Whole Foods, because if they're gonna be elitist people, so they're probably, I don't know, depending on which Whole Foods is it?
Just as Whole Foods.
It's probably the one
All
in
right.
Downtown Crossing.
Well, if it's in Downtown Crossing, we're all fucked.
Regardless, yeah. That's why I'm saying, like, But we're
All
on
right,
the
can we-
freedom trail. We're trying to go to Quincy Market. That's the one that makes the most sense to me. I'm putting way too much thought into this to not die.
Here's
Yeah.
the thing: I thought we were going to Maine, and then the ambulance guy wants to take me out on a date, and I'm confused.
Or ambulance girl.
I
He
just
just-
saw a zombie.
He thinks that you stopped to help this guy, so he's like, "Oh, thanks for your help. Where can I drop you off?"
I give him a fucking boner, and now he wants to take me out. Like,
Hey man, Val, it's the dudes in uniform. You've got a thing for them.
I do. That's true.
Val
So-
reconsiders for a moment, realizes that yes, she would get an ambulance.
I feel like I'm still confused because, like, man, I don't understand why he's there if he's just going to take me out to lunch.
He's gonna take you down to the Paradise City where the grass is green and you have nice titties.
Oh, very good.
Hooters. He's taking you
Alright,
to
so-
Hooters, Val.
Whole Foods?
Whole
Are we
Foods?
going to Whole?
I think we're
Yeah.
going with Whole Foods, but the real question is that guy with the jaw getting in the ambulance with us?
Yeah, is he coming or not?
I mean, I hope he's not coming.
No.
That's gonna make it awkward for everybody.
So
This is why I don't want to go to Whole Foods, because I don't want to be in the ambulance with them.
So for some reason, whoever wrote this quiz has decided to put 5 answers to this one. So, so during the ride over, so you're in the ambulance right now. So during the on the ride to Whole Foods, you ask the EMT what's going on. He tells you there's a flesh-eating bacteria that's turning its victims into zombies, and there's no known cure. You obviously have tons of questions. What's the first thing you ask?
Where are
what-
Have you tried beheading them?
Where are we going to lunch?
This is not a fill in the
I-
blank.
How big's your
I
Johnny?
thought Val, you were going to ask for his number. That's what you.
I don't
Uh,
need it. Listen, we're in an enclosed space. No one can see us. I don't need his number.
So the first
There's a bunch of us, Val.
These are the options. What's going to happen to Jawless Man? Can we kill him? Number 2, how does the bacteria spread? Number 3, seems the apocalypse is here. Do you want to be my surviving buddy? I'm single. Number 3, number 4, am I going to die? And number 5, actually, can you take me to Massachusetts Institute of Technology instead? I want to see if they're developing a cure.
Fucking institute. God damn it. Bullshit.
MIT is just like, we don't have a cure. We got robots. We don't have a cure.
We got a fuck ton of robots and we're like 600 feet below the surface. Like, we got you. You want a cool genetically modified gorilla? We got that too.
You know those Boston Dynamics dogs? They all just start running out
Absolutely
of them.
not, Val. No, do not talk about that ever again. Those things are literally my night fear. Fuel.
It freaks John out.
That one episode of Black Mirror was enough for me to never want to be near one of those things ever.
So wait a minute. Can we?
Val,
Yes.
did you see that they can dance now?
No.
It's amazing.
Okay.
It is
I want-
the best thing.
They
They
can dance.
They program them to
I've
dance.
already lost them.
Yeah, no, they do the twist. It's friggin' amazing.
Yeah,
Oh.
including Spot. Spot has his own like dance,
Like-
and then they have all the human ones dancing.
Yeah. I saw that they came out with like a newer version. He's like very streamlined and small now.
Yep.
Good for him. Well, okay, Justin, I think I want to tell him that I'm single. But since all of you are there with you guys are cock blocking me, I think I'll ask if we can kill.
Hey Val, I'll do what you want better. You can take him in the back and I'll drive.
Okay. Well, what are these three doing?
No. Are
They
we
can
all
jump out.
sharing one body, or is it all?
We're all
five of
sharing
us?
one body.
We're all sharing one body.
This is
Oh,
a
so
quiz.
it's like that terrible Eddie Murphy film, Meet Dave.
Yeah.
This is about one person surviving. So this is we as a group we're determining the answer for our one person.
I genuinely like to think that this is the next sequel to fucking Inside Out.
Yes.
Just we're the 5.
Inside Out.
Oh, that person's fucked.
Yep.
Yeah. And we can all agree right now, Steve is the rage monster.
I am not the rage monster.
Steve, you're the rage monster.
I am not the rage monster. I am calm, collected, and blow his fucking brains out.
Yeah, rage
I
monster.
mean,
I like to think Ryan would be disgust. That seems like it makes sense to me.
Wait,
Can I
what
just-
do we talk? What do we reference?
The movie Inside Out inside
Okay.
the little girl's head, and there's the 5 people:
Yeah.
joy, sadness, disgust, rage, and whatever the last one was.
Except for we're inside the head of a 50-year-old guy who goes and I don't know, he wears sweatpants to like Magic the Gathering tournaments. That's who
Uh-huh.
we're in the head of.
Oh, you know,
So every Magic the Gathering player I've ever met. Got it.
because of that, we would have different emotions, right? So we'd probably have like horny, which I would be, and then I don't know, what's another emotion that creepy 50-year-old men feel? Apathy. Who would be apathy?
Drunkenness.
I think I
Drunk.
could be apathy. I like apathy.
All right, so
Yes,
you're
I'm drunk.
apathy, John's drunk, I'm horny, and then who? We got 2 more.
Hey Justin.
Yeah.
Quick. Can you just make sure that you soundbite the whole "I'm horny" thing so we can use that?
Yeah.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Justin.
totally. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to ask my
Good talk.
ringtone so my phone can go, I'm horny for my pocket.
John's drunk. Ryan's apathy. I'm horny.
Nice.
What's great, Justin, is the way we are. I just got to do this. I can just whisper to you. It's great.
I don't like it. It's
Which-
you sound very close to my ear when you do
Oh, I
that, and
gotta lean this way.
Yeah.
it's,
Good talk. Good talk.
Yeah. Okay, so which option are we going with?
I don't remember what the options were.
So what's going to happen to the Jawless Man? Can we kill him? How does the bacteria spread? Apocalypse is here. Do you want to be my survival buddy? Am I going to die? Or actually, can you take me to MIT?
Option 3, the how does it spread, I think, is the one that makes the most sense, guys.
That's option
Yeah.
2. How does the bacteria
Yeah.
spread?
okay.
Is
Yeah,
option two.
that's the one. That's the one.
Yeah.
Okay.
them. We still have to kill the guy that's in the ambulance.
We don't have to do
Yes,
shit.
we
We can
do.
just leave him on the side of the street and maybe dump him in the East fucking River or Charles River.
So-
we
so-
can
okay.
yeet our-
I mean, he should be on a
will
gurney.
We will yeet our body out of this fucking ambulance because
No.
we shouldn't have been in
Listen.
the first
No,
place.
no, no. He should be on a gurney, tied down. All we have to do is open up the back and kick it out. We're fine.
So here's the next
And
the next
then
question.
just all the Boston residents will just sit there and watch it go down the street like, Monday. What are you gonna
Exactly. No, today's
I mean,
Wednesday.
all right, listen. To be fair, a dude Sunday, I think it was, actually yeeted himself off the Zakum Bridge,
do? Yeah.
which is the Big Dig Bridge, and it fucking landed on like the on ramp right below it. So
Oh God.
whatever he was trying to do, he either failed or succeeded his deck save, I guess.
His donkey was out of coffee.
Yeah.
Hey, my mom just said the word nut, and I'm not sure why. She's watching. Nut.
Nut.
Oh God. Okay, so before the EMT can answer your question, the jawless man wakes up and attacks. How do you defend yourself?
I see. This is what I
Ex-
fucking said was gonna happen.
Exactly how I said it.
I don't think
Oh.
at this point, I don't think this is a choose your own adventure quiz. I think it's all going to end in the same way. So
This
we're
is
just
like
all,
the Bumps books, where no matter what you did, something fucked up was gonna happen to you.
yeah, basically.
Turn back to page 22.
I never took my finger off. I never took my finger off.
Grab the nearest blunt object and whack him over the head.
Yes.
Shout at the driver to stop and get out of the vehicle,
No.
or go through the medical
late.
kit and start throwing chemicals at him.
You
Object.
have to blunt object him to death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
one.
Right in the gray matter. Right in the gray matter.
After you've escaped the ambulance, you decide that you need to get out of the city. Now, what kind of wheels would you like to steal? A bicycle,
We have the ambulance. Let's go.
a bicycle, a Maserati, a pickup truck, or an old Beetle?
Pickup truck.
Bicycle.
Bicycle.
Old Beetle.
All right.
Whack.
Right. Pickup
I
truck.
would go with the pickup truck, but Old Beetle they're reliable.
And probably a diesel.
They're easy to fix. They also are fuel efficient. I'm just saying. I mean, the pickup has more room, and
Well,
also
no,
you can put more
you can go-
survival equipment in it. But
No, don't forget, there's only one of us. There's only one of
Yeah.
us.
You can
I,
go-
So,
again,
so what are the votes?
I argued for this last week when I said that in my survival kit would be a bicycle.
Right.
You're not
Because I
the main by bicycle, John.
listen. You don't need to fuel it. You can move quicker, and you don't have to worry about traffic jams.
But you have
Like-
to worry people
yeah,
grabbing.
but you could be ripped off of it so easy.
Yes.
Yeah, if you go near them,
They're running after you.
how do
Wait
you
a
know?
Wait a minute. So every zombie movie would have been avoided if you just didn't go near them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
just John walking down the street. Huh? You should have gone near him. I don't know what you're doing.
I don't know why you got near them.
Making my way downtown, walking fast, facing.
I see him walking
Hold
past,
on.
and he just looks over, and there's some poor guy that's being eaten alive, screaming for help, and he just goes, "You shouldn't have gone near him," and just continues.
Hey, have you ever tried like not going near them?
Have you ever
I
tried
want-
not being eaten?
Just Leo DiCaprio. Right.
Hey,
Yeah, I
want
can
to
totally see John
this
doing
movie now. I want to see this movie of you just are introduced to this character, and then suddenly you hear inside of his head 5 different voices telling him what to do. And it's just this fucking 50-year-old fucking dude.
Uh-huh.
And then the zombie apocalypse starts happening, and there's just 5 competing voices in his head. It's fucking going off. I think it'd be awesome.
Well,
What's next?
Well, we haven't chosen. We haven't unanimously
Oh.
chosen
I say pickup truck.
pickup truck. Who else? Pickup truck. Are we good? Pickup truck.
Like,
I'll go for pickup truck, but I still think the Beetle is best.
I also think the Beetle is a better option, but that's just because Beetle. But all right, let's just go pickup truck.
Okay.
All right, I'm
I-
convinced myself. I think.
But the gas mileage on a truck is so bad.
Yeah, but there's a gas station like every 2.2 fucking
Exactly.
acres in the state, so you're fine.
Are you sure that's gonna be enough for a truck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and you're off. You're just outside the city, and you find a box on the side of the road. You investigate and find a bunch of weapons,
Kittens.
but you only have room for one. What's your tool of defense?
Oh, man.
Nunchucks, a
Nope.
sword, a
No.
bat, or a crossbow?
Sword.
Bat.
Sword.
Bat. You're not skilled with a sword. You don't need to be skilled with a bat.
A bat will eventually break.
Crossbow.
So will a sword. Crossbow you need.
Wait. Can I have a moment to argue for crossbow?
I would love to
Go
do
for
that,
it.
because I think that's a second
unlike
best option.
A sword, if you get the proper bolts, they would be reusable.
Yeah, but you gotta go.
I mean, unlike a gun. Sorry. Yeah, so it's reusable ammo. Also, it is a blunt object weapon that you could use.
But you could also break it in the process of using it as a blunt weapon, depending on the type of crossbow.
It's probably not a fucking foldy crossbow.
No, it's a pistol crossbow.
I will
At least
say
in the picture.
the people here are saying sword or bat, don't take something that requires ammo.
Right.
Yes.
My
Okay.
argument once again stands. A bat is the most logical because you do not need to be trained. You can just go, Steve, to use your favorite sentence from D&D. I'm a swinging.
No,
With a
it was
sword,
I hit with stick.
What? It's same shit. It's just a bigger, beefier stick.
All right, I will
Also,
like this fucking ride with you and say bat.
you also have to maintain a sword, too.
That's also pretty true.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
I'll
feel
go
like
with
we're
that.
going bat.
Yep.
I just got a message like nunchucks for the win. It's like,
As long as you know how to use them and not hit your dick.
listen, I will hit my dick. That's the problem.
Yeah, same.
I'll be like, oh.
What?
And
One
then
more
your
time?
dick will get this infectious rotting disease and you're
I don't
dead.
need that.
Okay, so it looks like the virus has spread far into New England. Cars have been abandoned off the interstate and there's not a soul in sight, but there's a gas station. You decide to loot it. What's one thing that you would loot out of the gas station? Coffee, M&Ms, water, or beef jerky?
Water.
Yeah, water,
Water.
jerky. The two most important things. I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
Okay,
Water.
we're gonna go with water. You got everything you needed from the gas station. As you depart, you notice a horde of zombies gather around a body near a dumpster. What do? Approach them and figure out what's so exciting about the body.
Can I eat the body? Let's eat the body.
Silently get into the vehicle and drive off as quick as possible, or attack the zombie squad.
Silently get the fuck out.
Yeah, GTFO.
Yeah, okay.
Of course.
You're 10 miles outside the gas station and come across a group of uninfected humans. They look safe and you decide to talk to them. It turns out they're scientists from Harvard and MIT that gave up on finding a cure to the zombie disease. So what do
Keep
you
on
say?
going. Keep on going. You fucked up.
Ask them why they would quit. Ask if you can stay with them as better in group, or wish them luck in surviving this mess. I don't trust other humans.
I don't
Wish
trust
them
other.
luck.
Yeah, the last one.
Okay.
Wish them luck. They gave up.
We
I'm
have
honestly
five
waiting
voices
for
in
the
our head.
part-
We don't need other people. We're good.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
honestly waiting for the part where it's like you arrive at an adult bookstore. It's like, oh boy,
that's true.
what do
I
you take? Like we all know. Whatever.
After 2 days, you find an LL Bean with some camping gear. You want to go. What's your survival item of choice? A tent, a parka, and a radio, or a travel mug?
And
Parka.
I'm gonna go 10.
although wait, no, it's a zombie outbreak. 10.
Yes, you're gonna be
probably
so
go-
far.
Yeah, you don't want.
What,
10.
are we not camping in the back of a pickup truck?
Probably a mug.
No.
Get all
No, I'm being dead serious with that. Probably a mug.
Why?
Why? Because depending on what the mug's made out of, you could cook in it, you could drink water out of it. It becomes a utensil that you're able to use.
Jess says radio.
I was
And for the gas station, she says get all the hentai.
No, that's because I said we're gonna come up to a fucking adult bookstore.
I think I think yeah. I say radio.
Radio.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, hello, this
radio.
fucking quiz.
Yeah, but
So,
I like the cup.
Oh wait, was sleeping bag one of them?
No, it's
No.
parka.
Parka?
What's
I
a
was-
parka?
Like a winter coat, but
You find a place to charge your phone, and when you turn it on, you look at the news and find out that a zombie vaccine has been developed. Do you find a place to get the vaccine? Of course, or no, I don't trust vaccines.
All right, so we're getting the coronavirus vaccine. Got it.
Oh fuck.
hell yeah. Stick it directly into my eye if you have to.
No.
Wait,
Listen, Bill Gates can shove an iPad in my ass if it means that.
The human Sentai pad.
That is a fucking ringtone if I have ever heard one, Val.
Yeah.
that's
No
that's a
vaccine for
little
me.
fast for a vaccine. As a completely on board with vaccines person, like I'm already signed up for my COVID vaccine. Let's do it. But at the
I
same
know,
time, that's fast. The zombie outbreak starts and there's a fucking vaccine.
Guys, it's been 20 minutes. We figured out the fucking human genome project over here. Let's give it. Here's a vaccine.
Hell yeah.
So
I'm
take it.
I'm taking. Yeah.
No.
All
Not
right.
taking
So,
it.
so we have a Ryan and a Steve saying no, a Val saying yes. I'm the tiebreaker here.
Yeah.
No, you either confirm or you make it a tie.
I'm saying yes.
So,
So,
so I am the tiebreaker.
All right, so
Yeah.
you are the tiebreaker.
I'm gonna go ahead and say no.
Okay.
Wait, hang on. Justin, give me the prompt one last time.
I already hit no.
Okay. Well,
Fucking weird. Okay, I'm assuming they mean that okay, you didn't take it. So what aspect of physical fitness will you focus on to stay alive?
I'm gonna be
Cardio, stealth, strength, or physical?
cardio. It's rule one.
Cardio.
Cardio. Always cardio.
We all saw Zombieland.
yep.
Okay, this quiz is just getting fucking weird.
I mean, how many questions is there? I thought you said
I
it was
don't
like 6
fucking
questions.
know. It's one of those like quiz site quizzes. It doesn't tell me where it ends.
It's just gonna tell you what kind of cheese you are at the end of the quiz.
Yeah,
So-
You are cheddar. You're very usual.
So I think
It's
how
gonna
this
be
is.
like it's gonna be like you're a Gemini, so you survive.
Okay, which of these physical activities would you do the most? Parkour, monkey bars, or swimming?
Swimming.
Parkour.
Swimming's cardio.
Swimming. Yeah. Swimming works everything.
Swimming works everything. Also, I wouldn't do an exercise where I might break myself. So
Yeah.
swimming is
Again?
it.
Say it again.
Parkour, monkey bars, or swimming?
Which exercise are you doing?
Bacteria in the water.
It's the Charles River. What's the worst that could happen?
I say monkey bars.
Well, I think more people said swimming, so we're gonna go with swimming.
Gonna get us killed from bacteria.
Listen, we're gonna get killed regardless. This quiz has gotten weird.
We'll
Yeah.
take a fucking
We're
shower.
getting weird there, Randy.
Which of these foods should you eat the least during a zombie apocalypse? Candies, meats, fruits and vegetables, or carbs?
The
Probably
least?
meats.
The least.
You probably do not want to eat the meat because if you eat meat, it could potentially carry the virus.
I'm
What's
gonna go
Steve
meat for
say?
that reason.
Oh, yeah. I'd say. You know what?
Steve,
Yeah.
that was a very well and intelligent, thought out response. And if I may offer a retort, go fuck yourself with a cactus.
Oh, fuck you with a cactus.
Very good. I say yeah. I didn't even think about that.
If you need to hide, do you go inside a house and lock the doors, hide somewhere high up where you can see everything, or make a huge noise in one direction and then run away from the zombies in the other direction?
Going up the tree.
Go up high so you can see everything. These are getting silly?
You go up a tree, you stay quiet.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
You get up high where you can see things.
Oh my god, these are fucking stupid. Okay, I'm about to stop this, or I'm about to go through it.
Oh wait.
No,
I'll-
we are
Justin,
already
I'll
in
tell
it,
you
Justin.
what.
We're not going to stop.
Would you
streak
have an
on the
apocalypse
rails.
pet? Would you have an apocalypse pet?
No.
Absolutely. I need furry support only if they were useful, or absolutely not. I wouldn't want to risk them.
No.
No. No pet.
Two.
Yeah, no
Only if
pet.
they're useful.
Would you actively seek out other humans for aid? I'm going it alone. I would be open to it, but not actively seek it. Or the only way through this is together. The more, the merrier.
Open to it, not actively seeking.
Actively.
Yeah, two.
Two.
Have we served in the armed forces? I mean, this is
No.
a personal quiz. This is supposed to be like, would you survive? So it's
All
Wait,
five
wait,
of us can
we
answer
have to
that with a
figure out-
no. So let's
yeah.
just
So no. So
we can
we're
do
just
that.
gonna go no. Yeah.
Wait. Before you push the button, did you push it already?
Yes.
Oh, come on. Because I wanted to propose that maybe our 50-year-old man body, the reason why he is the way he is because he was in the army and he has really bad PTSD. And Magic the Gathering is kind of how he.
So this isn't actually a zombie apocalypse, Ryan. It's just him having a PTSD episode.
Yes.
Makes sense.
Which of these zombies would you least want to run into? The Walking Dead zombies, World War Z, Evil Dead, or I don't know.
World War Z.
World War Z.
They can
World
run.
War Z.
Actually, maybe. Do any of us have a disease? Other,
I mean, I'm depressed and have anxiety. Does that count?
I
Yes.
don't know, because remember the World War Z zombies didn't go after anyone that had an illness.
I mean, I'm mentally ill.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think mentally ill really matters on this one. Let's go with the World War Z or the other
Okay.
ones.
Yeah.
Which season is the best for surviving a zombie apocalypse? Winter, summer, spring, or fall?
Winter.
Spring.
I've already provided this.
Spring.
Spring gives you more time.
Also, you've had the whole winter for the zombies to freeze. So it's getting warmer.
I think this is the assumption of when is this starting, but I would rather have more time to get some crops grown and et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
Okay. Steve?
Maybe
Spring.
I love that we have Steve thinking. He's like sitting forward, like
no. Usually
Spring.
it's like,
Spring. That's fine. We can do spring.
which of these would be your base of operation? Home in the suburbs, isolated barn, a small trailer, or the forest?
Forest.
Forest.
As
What?
deadly.
wait,
as-
isolated.
An
What was
isolated
the-
barn,
What was the options
home.
again?
a nice home in the suburbs, an isolated barn, a small trailer, or the woods?
The
Isolated.
woods.
Why the
Isolated barn?
Why the woods? Because there are less people in the woods.
Right, but there's no shelter. This
The shelter.
But it says isolated. The barn, it has isolated.
Oh yeah, that's a fair
right.
point. Let's go with the isolated one.
Yeah, isolated
Okay.
barn. Some shelter usually has a second floor to it.
Can
Yeah,
get caught on fire to kill many zombies,
Yeah.
i.e., season 2 of The Walking Dead.
Ugh.
Okay, now these are just which of these is the worst natural disaster? Tornadoes, hurricane, earthquake, or volcano?
Justin, here's what we're gonna do from after this question. I'm gonna lead a discussion question, and I'm gonna have you answer it last. You're gonna finish this quiz and figure out if we survived or not. Deal?
Yes.
Okay. Because like you said, it's getting outlandish. We've been doing this for like 40 minutes now.
Yeah, I know. This
It's
is
only
I
been like
thought
5.
this was gonna be really short, and this has been ridiculous.
Does it say how many questions are left?
No.
Oh, that's why I'm gonna have him just go through and finish it for us. You know.
So I think the questionnaire goes on.
I'm gonna
how
go
well you
volcano,
answer
and
the
then I'm
question.
just gonna continue.
Yep.
Cool. While he's doing that, folks at home, I posed to these guys a question earlier that I thought was really fun. And for you folks listening in the chat, you can join along too. We'll get some of your responses as well. Guys and Val and folks at home, what is the one food from one of those post-apocalyptic movies or shows or media that you most want to eat?
Twinkies.
All right, Steve, now let's assume that it doesn't exist in the current world.
I don't even know any food to think about to answer that question though.
I mean, the only reason why I picked Twinkies is because it was in a couple different things. It was in The Simpsons. and it was also in
Zombieland.
Zombieland. So,
Are you talking about like imaginary food that exists in apocalypse movies?
Yes.
Twinkies.
Oh.
Honorable
Okay,
mention
my
because
bag.
it's not really an apocalypse movie, but it kind of is funny to me. The rat hamburger from Demolition Man that Sylvester Stallone eats. That's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Or is there a mutated animal that you think is delicious?
Mare Bear Pig.
I wanted to shout out Joe in the chat real quick. Scotch, because that shit has no expiration date.
Oh
I'm a whiskey man myself, but I like your attitude.
Oh boy.
I mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind eating some of the food from Fallout. As far as
I
the stuff
don't
that gives you bonuses and shit.
There's
like
some-
Mentats.
Oh man, so that's some good shit, right? So that's actually what made me think of this earlier. Is I was playing some Fallout 4, and I was like, man, I really wonder what a Brahmin steak tastes like, or I really wonder how Rad Stag tastes, or if Mirelurk is actually tasty, or what a Death Claw omelet tastes like. And I was like, this would be a fun question for these guys.
I don't
Done.
know what any are.
How many more questions were there?
There was 50
Wait, are you-
total.
Jesus Christ!
What?
Oh,
There's
God.
50?
Yeah.
Did you
Well,
just
do we-
answer
we were
eight
on-
on
we
the
were on-
line?
I basically just went through and was like, okay. I just answered them. Yeah, but there's 50 questions. We were on question 34 when we ended. So yeah.
Survive?
2 days.
Told you.
What was the
Uh,
issue?
You're one of the first ones in your party to perish just as everyone's panicking and unsure what's going on. You died in a riot when you were trying to get groceries. Truth be told, you don't really know how to fight or defend yourself. Look on the bright side. At least you died before things got bad.
I would have fucked
Yay!
the guy in the ambulance if I knew I was gonna die at the Whole Foods.
I mean,
I know you would.
you probably did.
Did I? Is that how I got infected?
In fact, it was herpes.
Is that how we all got infected? Is this how we group infected this 50-year-old man's body?
Justin, you're better at the scary movie films than I. What was Cindy's black best friend's name in the third one? Or the
What?
fourth one? Whichever
Oh,
one
the
had
scary movie, the funny scary movies. Brenda?
Brenda, yeah.
Yes.
Brenda fucks the jigsaw puppet and he
Yep.
scratches himself and
Yeah.
goes, oh, she said she was a virgin. We are so fucked.
Yeah. No,
Listen-
it's what was the first one when she fucked the ghost?
Oh, the second
Yeah.
one.
It was the second
Yeah.
one, yeah.
Yeah.
So we lived for 2 days.
Yep.
Which I
2 days.
I think that's
According to some fucked up quiz on one of those sites that your aunt posts things on Facebook about, you know.
well.
Fucking
I-
breastfeed.
Was this posted from our aunt?
No, it was a random one that I found. It's one of those quizzes that you would post your results because at the end it's like share your results to Facebook. The last question is how would you rate this quiz? And I said,
That's why you live for
What's
2 days.
What's a food from a apocalypse media that you want to try?
John, I
Uh,
was what? Huh?
What?
We're
Well-
bringing it back to food.
The food that I've always wanted to try. It's not like from anything, but there's like some MREs that I see when I go to like Bass Pro Shop or whatever that I've always wanted to like just try and see how good they are. Because like some of them, like I'll go there, they're like $15 a piece, and it's like appetizer, like a soup appetizer, and then like a full like Salisbury steak dinner with sides and potatoes, and then a cake for dessert. And I'm like,
So that YouTube channel that I recommended a couple weeks ago or whatever, Good Mythical Morning with Rhett and Link, they've done 3 separate episodes where they've taken MREs and they've tried them and then ranked them to like which one's better and which one sucked. And
are any of them like good? Do you think?
Yes, they said that because they after they did the first one, they got comments from actual soldiers that watched them, and they told them which ones to try and which ones were bad. The worst one they tried was like an Asian beef something, like an Asian beef stir fry or some shit like that.
It makes the soldiers shit themselves so badly.
Yeah.
They refuse, like they literally look at it and they go, no.
So wait a minute. So I've heard that in the military they will put a certain amount of like laxatives in your food to like keep you regular, because like the food that they give you always sometimes like backs you up. So they'll like put things that like have a laxative effect in them. Wait, whether that's true or not, I have no idea. I've heard that a couple times. But it makes sense that if it's a government issued MRE, then it might have to do the same thing. Also, preservatives make people shit themselves too. So it might just be like loaded with preservatives.
Yeah.
But I'm also talking about like the ones like the gourmet MREs that they have at like, you know,
when you're not camping, you're actually glamping.
Yeah. It's glamping MREs. Yeah. But those exist. I'll break into a Bass Pro Shop and grab a couple of those on my way. That would actually, would a Bass Pro Shop be a good place to be during the apocalypse? There's a lot of weapons.
There is.
The only problem with that is I feel like a Bass Pro Shop would be somewhere that a lot of people would go. Like John was pointing out, it's somewhere that I think is on a lot of people's top list of places to go in apocalypse. So
think about why, as much as it's a bad idea, why it's also a good idea to go to the Winchester.
Right.
You know, there's a rifle behind the bar. They've got beer. They've got some food.
That's kind of like Shop though. They have a beer. They have
grab
a rifle.
mom, go to the Winchester, have a beer, wait for it to
Wait for it to blow over.
So there's a very interesting story in the actual World War Z book that is detailing. I think it's like. I think they end up in like upper Canada. But it's a story of this, right as the zombie apocalypse starts, this family all gets in the car and decides, oh, we're going to fuck off to the woods because that's the best place to go. So they go and fuck off to the woods. But the problem is a ton of people decide, oh, I'm going to go fuck off to the woods. And there's literal camps in the woods. And it becomes this whole shit show of all these people in the woods because nobody brought food. Nobody actually brought supplies. So like people start eating people in the woods and everything like that. There's not really zombies up there because of the freezing and everything like that. But the people is the problem up there because there's so many people that end up going, oh, I'm going to survive in the woods, that there's so many people there that it becomes the problem because there's so many fucking people. So it's kind of like an interesting thing to think about as far as like, oh, I'm going to go to the place that's the easiest to survive. But it's like, everybody probably thinks that's the easiest place to survive. So maybe not. So once again, I submit my fucking apartment, the place that only I have fucking keys for. Well, me and
Ryan,
my girlfriend and my parents.
It doesn't
but,
matter if you only have keys for it.
Yeah.
Pry bars, crowbars, sledgehammers, etc. exist.
Plus a Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like I could fortify my apartment.
No. The best place to go would be drawing a pentagram on the ground to summon Satan to ask him to take you. That'd be the best place.
Right,
Some of
Mr.
the-
Sam Raimi.
Some of the MREs that people are suggesting in the chat are American chop suey. Joe said spaghetti and meatballs. Jess said the lemon pound cake was bomb.
That's one of the desserts that comes in one of them, yeah.
Little packet of, yeah, cool. We should, that's what I'm going to do for my food episode. I'm going to go buy an MRE for our food episode. I'm going to cook it.
That's
Dude, I'm gonna cook
Okay, well let's transition over to what we're going to be doing next, Trio, and then we'll do recommendations.
Question.
I don't know. What was the question?
What is one food from an apocalyptic / post-apocalyptic media, video game, movie, show, book, what have you, that you
OMG.
What's up?
OMG. I know what I want to eat.
Is it the pizza at Claptrap's birthday party?
No, although that would be awesome.
Nice, John.
That would be awesome.
I always have an
No.
answer, Justin.
Yeah, I know.
But-
he had a Borderlands thing loaded, locked and loaded.
But I want to bring this back a little bit for when you guys were saying the fungus that absorbs radiation. If you eat that, what would it do for you?
It actually gives you disease if you're talking about the mushrooms.
But if zombies are now real, that means magic is real.
What?
So eat the mushrooms, you be good. Got it.
Wait, why is magic real if zombies are real?
Why? Because zombies
Because
must be
it's
fake.
Steve.
It's Steve. This is how he works.
Yes.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, there's an easy, simple one that none of y'all are thinking about.
What?
What?
The slime from the Matrix.
Well, I
Yeah.
don't want to eat that shit.
What about any of the fake food from the Matrix?
What about the mushrooms that Mario eat to get bigger and swole?
Apocalypse. He's part of the Mushroom Kingdom.
Jess, I am
Or
not
what-
surprised that you have the Fallout cookbook.
I'm trying to get it.
Or what about spinach for Popeye?
Toot toot.
How is Popeye? Okay, I'm not going down this rabbit hole. I was about to ask how he's supposed to lock it. I'm not going down that rabbit hole. But yeah, Steve, for anyone with compromised immune systems, those mushrooms can cause an infection known as cryptococcosis.
Sounds
Ooh,
like a
sounds like
superpower.
you're gonna become a cryptid.
Yeah, that sounds not great. So
Sounds like a superpower.
that's not a good idea to eat those mushrooms. But
It's
they are
perfect,
very
too.
interesting.
Stan Lee in The Simpsons decided that maybe, or maybe it was Futurama, decided that it was Adam West just radiated himself to get superpowers to fight the Griffins, and they didn't work. Steve is the Adam West of our group.
Oh yeah, totally.
Ooh, piece of candy.
Did you see a really quick sidebar? Did you see who voices the new mayor on Facebook or not Facebook? God damn it, Family Guy.
No, I don't.
The God damn it, what's his name? He plays the other Ron in Parks and Rec with the mustache.
Oh.
The older guy,
Yeah,
or are you talking about the first Ron who hates government and
that guy. Yep, that one.
Really?
Yep.
Huh. Yeah, that checks.
Yeah. So I thought that was interesting. Damn it, I keep on typing in the chat. Okay. So we are going to talk really quickly about what our next trio is about. I think you guys wanted to do another food one. We haven't done food in a while. So how we were going to structure the food, I wasn't totally. I know you and Val had some good ideas there. So how do we want to structure another food trio? Because I'm on board for that.
Well,
Do-
let's keep it vague for right now. That way they have to tune in to find out.
Okay.
Yeah.
We will say there is a
Intrigued.
game show that's about to be involved. More
Yeah,
than
we're-
what's going to be
Yep.
involved.
Fair factor.
We have a couple of fun guests to kind of just come and talk some bullshit with us. I know we're definitely going to do an episode on booze.
Yes. We can finally
Can I
get
skip that one?
we can finally get Steve on for that
We
one.
can skip that one. I'm going to have a very good friend, and Val and I will have our other very good friend on, and we'll maybe hit some video game foods too. That's a good idea, Jess. I like that.
So I want you guys to try something right now. I'm going to say something, and then I want you to go into the bottom of Zoom where there's reactions, and there's an option called raise your hand. And we're going to test this really quick. I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, and then you guys are going to raise your hand, and I want to see if I can tell, like,
My
did it
only
first?
options are clap or thumbs up your butt.
that's it?
Where does it say I can? Where does it say to raise your hand?
I have clap, thumbs up, heart, joy, open mouth, and ta-da!
Interesting.
Ta-da!
See, I can
I have
raise
a party.
my hand, lower my hand. Maybe because I don't know, maybe I'm signed
Oh,
in account.
Yeah. So I'm
Yeah, there we go.
clapping.
See?
Team, I just have reactions.
Because if everyone has the or we can just use a reaction or something like that. But that's how I want to do the answers for the game show, is do like the reaction, and
Yeah,
then
but
I
if the-
can.
Is about this game show, you need to like be able to explain your answer, and it's kind of like a debate. So it's going to be hard to like vote.
So just to answer Jess's question really quick about raising hands in real life, we tried that when we were all in the studio together, and that did not work well in person.
Cheated.
So it did not work
It
well
was
in person.
so hard
So
to do.
I'd rather have the digital where Zoom actually keeps track of who's raised their hand or not. So
Also, fun fact: they don't show up in the actual video because if you see me doing my dingling thing right there on the actual YouTube video, it's not there, and it should have been right there.
right.
Right there.
Yeah, because Steve has had the raise hand thing the entire time. So I don't know. Maybe I'll figure out something else. I have a week to.
I mean,
to
I'm a big
figure
fan
that
of
out,
yelling
so.
male motherfucker again.
I think there's some really cool things we're going to talk about. I might get an MRE just to kind of like bring it in from last week. Maybe during an episode I'll cook an MRE like on camera. Just
That'd be cool.
while we're talking, so I can just have a little background in entertainment.
As the only really trained professional chef,
Fuck
getting
you.
I'm getting a brand new kitchen this week. Maybe I could do a kitchen cooking in my kitchen.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I have an idea. How about we each come up with a recipe that can be made in under 10 minutes. And during the whole episode, we each give our like 10 to 15-minute recipe.
So we're gonna play Chopped. I see. I like it.
Give me a moment. I got this real quick.
Yeah, hang on, me too. Steve, I bet we have the same idea.
Well, what's happening? What is happening here? I think that's what we should do. I think let's
Do
talk
you guys
about,
want some Chinese food?
Oh,
oh, no reason.
Wait. Are we gonna try and get really interactive? Or do like a I don't know, like a cooking competition?
Let's fucking do it. Not even a competition. I think if we all just took something that we like to make or have made and it takes like 10 to 15 minutes to make, and we just have a turn. Yes.
if it wasn't
Fucking
if it
Steve.
wasn't for COVID, I would say all of us should be together and we'll just do a cooking competition. I know I've wanted to do a cooking competition between me and John forever.
Oh my god, I'll still kick your
Because
ass.
I taught John how to cook.
You
and
didn't teach me
big
shit. Chris Sataro taught me everything I needed to know, and whatever he didn't teach me whatever he didn't teach me, a illegal or I'm assuming Mexican did.
Okay,
So-
I think that we have a lot of good ideas and that we should leave the audience hanging a little bit, so they're going to have to come back to what you're doing.
Yeah.
No, I like that. I think we should definitely start getting more interactive with the show so we can get, give more people want to come and actually watch us on live, like on camera, and watch our YouTube videos. Because
Agreed.
So yeah, no, I'm totally into that. I'm totally into like the Chopped idea, like go to the store and grab some random thing and then you have to cook with it kind of competition thing. And
How
we
about
can figure that out. Leave them
Every-
hanging, figure it out. But yeah, I'm down for any of that kind of stuff.
I'm gonna send you guys a message later on, so I don't reveal this right now. But we will do an actual blind Chopped edition. But we'll talk about that privately.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I'm totally down for random food stuff next trio, kind of like a relaxing, inventive food thing to figure out what we can do with that. Yeah, I'm on board. Sounds cool. So with that under our belt,
Ladies and gentlemen, it is recommendation time.
So you gotta not bite your lip when you do that. It's weird.
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah, that was a little weird. Sorry. I'm just happy with my creations sometimes.
I'm gonna watch
Yeah.
this again real quick.
Okay, so who wants to kick us off? Who's got a nice juicy
me,
recommendation?
Me.
I will.
Take me,
Val's
take
got
me.
2 hands up, so I'm gonna go with her.
But I was
no,
more
my-
athletic.
Mine's
You
really quick.
go next, John.
Mine's really quick, and it's only because I have a prop. So one of my favorite, I guess he's a cartoonist. He's an Instagram, like illustrator. His name is Adam Ellis, Ellis, and
Good dude.
He's very funny. He's just does a lot of like really funny queer life things. And he also is like the king of really good merch. So if you go to his merch store, it's lizardqueen.com. It's the word lizard and then kween.com, all one word. Lizard Queen, like yes, queen. And I ordered something from him that I thought would be really really exciting for me to wear today, because today is a special day for a lot of people. So I thought I would wear my favorite hat to let people know. So this hat is from lizardqueen.com. And it's my favorite hat in the world, and I can't wait to wear it out in public. Probably not tomorrow, but later on in life.
Yeah, please don't wear it tomorrow and get stabbed. Oh, I'm sorry, shot by an AR-15. Sorry,
Yeah.
that wasn't accurate enough.
Oh, lizard, yeah.
Antifa will stab you.
Yes.
MAGA will
Yeah,
shoot you.
it won't be MAGA. It's always going to be Antifa.
Antifa. Did you guys see my reaction gifs? The commercials
yes,
with the
excellent.
So yeah, that's my recommendation. That he also has really cool, like if you like plants, if you like crystals, if you like, I don't know, other stupid fun shit, he's got really good merch that has to do with all of that, and it's all very like very tongue in cheek and silly. But I like this one, so yeah, here it is. Pee pee poo poo.
Some good shit right there, Val.
Really
Hey, John.
Mine's actually really special because she's in the chat right now. Our good friend and probably best friend of the show, Jess Core, hit affiliate on Twitch this week. I believe today specifically. So Jess, go ahead and post your link in the chat. I'm going to allow it. Relax. Don't worry. But she's doing a lot of Fallout content. Suck it, Justin. A lot of Dark Souls type content, Bloodborne content, a lot of fun. And she's really interactive with the people who come to actually watch the stream. So it's at Singnatra_. And she's live for like 4 hours every single day. So you've got a lot of fun stuff going on there. I'm going to allow that to happen, Justin.
No, I know. I was pointing at her.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't understand what it was for, but yeah.
No, I tried to do arrows pointing at her. That's all. Yeah, that's all that was.
She's so great. And she's so fun.
Yes. Go watch her. Support our best friend of the show. Definitely. Rye, Steve, do you got one?
Steve, go first.
Anybody want to give an anti-recommendation for Wanda?
All right.
It's
Well,
so
Steve,
terrible.
look, I actually have a recommendation. Well, it's an anti-recommendation and recommendation at the same time. I'm going to get up on my little soapbox really quick and talk about WandaVision.
It's so
First
bad.
2 episodes. So the first 2 episodes of am I coming through, by the way?
Yeah, you're coming through.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay, good. The first 2 episodes of WandaVision are very good, and you can clearly see where everything's going. And I think it's building up to be this amazing show. But when you watch those first 2 episodes, it's just not there yet. It's just kind of weird. And it's got like 5 seconds of amazing at the end of each episode. But the acting is amazing. It's both the actors playing the same role, even though it's for Disney Plus, and I'm really starting to believe in Disney Plus now as a thing. Like, they're definitely shooting a lot of money into these shows that they're making, and I thought I was going to hate them, and every single show that they put out, I fucking love.
I told you earlier, I probably wouldn't be as negative on this show as a fucking Marvel fanboy as I am if it wasn't 22-minute episodes once every week.
Yeah.
If they release 2 episodes a week, I'll probably amend my score on it. But from where it's at right now, it's not worth it to me. I'm gonna wait until the entire end of the series and watch it then.
John, I also watched it. I'm not really going to recommend it. I'm trying to be very quick. I also just watched today the new Netflix movie Under the Wire. It stars Michael Jaleel White, I think
That's the one that I was talking about from the same people that did the Old Guard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent movie. And if this is his dress rehearsal for playing Captain America and and Winter Soldier in the new Disney Plus show that they're going to be in, fuck yeah, I'm on board.
Do you not remember when he was the sergeant in the Hurt Locker?
Yeah.
I mean, I was sold as with him in this series way back then. So,
well, the thing with Under the Wire is he plays basically a superhero. He's a robot, but he plays it's a superhero movie, and he does really good combining like excellent acting with like really being able to be a physical actor and actually like looking like the parts that you could tell are actually him actually look like it's actually him.
Nice.
And he's very good at it, and makes me like I was watching the whole movie going, wow, Captain America and Winter Soldier is going to be fucking great because this guy's going to be in it. So yeah,
Captain Falcon.
Yeah. No, it's Captain America. It's going to be called Captain America.
It's Captain Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Okay. But still, either way. So those are my two things. So watch WandaVision and watch Under the Wire. And give money to the biggest corporation in the world right now. Cool. Let's go for it. All right, that's me.
Steve, what do you got?
I have a Hydra. And I am going to say incense burners are friggin' amazing. This incense burner right here is a 1, 2.
Al got really nervous there for a minute. It's like she was about to like shit herself from anger, and she's just
so
done with the conversation.
I was so glad it wasn't Borderlands. I just was like really.
It's not Borderlands 3, guys. It's not Borderlands.
So it is.
So wait, so Steve, I thought this was recommendations, not show and tell.
So I am going to.
I lit some incense for you. So
thank you. So I am going to. My recommendation is actually going to be Borderlands 3. Because fuck you guys.
Lined up perfectly.
But I have
Steve. Okay.
God damn it.
This is supposed to be recommendations so people can go and either watch or get or whatever. And you're basically showing them something that's in your house that you bought. That's like, did you buy it on Amazon? Can they?
You know what I recommend is Nissan top.
I've actually had this for years. There used to be an Oriental store.
Where the fuck are they supposed to get it?
There was an
I support this decision. I support this, and I'm gonna turn this segment into a show and tell.
Next week you're just gonna recommend your shirt and then slowly lift it up, and Borderlands is gonna be in it underneath it, like tucked into your pants or something like that.
Recommending things in his house. I recommend.
He literally is our podcast version of Brick from Anchorman.
Yeah,
I love Lamp.
I mean, Brick was also one of the first Vault Hunters. Well, for Borderlands 1, was one of the original Borderlands Vault Hunters.
We're going deep in the hole, the quicksand, the Borderlands.
Hey, Steve. Why don't you tell us a little bit about Borderlands 3?
No, we've already done this. We're not doing this again. We already did this on the last Interlude episode.
So my recommendation. I muted him if you guys can't see. So my recommendation is part 3 of Disenchanted just came out. I know some people are not big fans of it, but I am. People compare it to Futurama, and it doesn't live up to the Futurama hype so much. So people are like disappointed with it, but I enjoy the comedy. It gets kind of serious towards the end of each parts. And part 3 is out. So go check out Disenchanted. It's on Netflix. It's pretty good. It's from Matt Groening. It's very Futurama-esque, but it's medieval. There are theories out there that it is that when you watch the first episode of Futurama and you see the part where they go medieval, like
It's
halfway
the
between,
Disenchanted.
that's what we're actually watching, is like that part of history that is still connected to Futurama. So there's certain voice actors that are still in the show. It's pretty good. So, but that's my recommendation. And so we have
us
heard
home,
from
Daddy.
what?
Take us home, Daddy.
Yeah. So we have heard from everyone. As usual, thank you for listening or watching us. If you want to listen to us again or catch up on any of our other episodes, you can find us on Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, SoundCloud, and most importantly, YouTube, where you can watch our shows, where you can watch us, do stuff instead of just
Watch
listen.
Steve mouth fuck a Hydra, I guess. I don't even
Yeah.
know what's going on anymore.
Yeah, you can watch Steve do some weird stuff. If you can't find us on your favorite podcast platform, please let us know so I can work on getting us there. Our tagging you to find us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and more is 3EP Podcast. That's 3EP Podcast. Our website is 3eppodcast.com. Come check it out. We have a little bit of information on each of the podcasters, so you can learn a little bit about each of us. We live stream our episodes almost every Tuesday around 8 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, so follow us here. Please give us a like and most definitely comment so we know what you think about what we were doing, and let us know if you have any questions or suggestions for upcoming trios. If they're listening to us on SoundCloud or any of our other platforms, especially YouTube, what do they do? Steve, who is still muted because he doesn't.
I'm gonna take over for him. They're gonna like, they're gonna comment, they're gonna subscribe, they're gonna send us an email at our email, and they're going to enjoy the show.
Yes. Thank you, John Steve. Please also remember to check out our network at giveusashot.network, where you can find our sister podcasts as well as our t-shirts and other merchandise. Everyone say good night to the nice people, and
You
good
have
night
to unmute
to
Steve, so you can say good night.
He could have unmuted himself at any point.
I don't force it. Literally, when I mute, it's just for until you unmute yourself. It's literally just there so that I can mute people that are making noise or talking about Borderlands 3. So
Hey guys, we made it. I just want to say that we made it. Tomorrow's gonna be a new day.
Oh, okay.
We're not gonna get into it because I could go in it for very long, but I am anxious about tomorrow.
Yeah, hey,
I don't know.
safe. Everybody be good to each other, be kind to each other, be nice to
go
one another.
Follow Jess on Twitch.
Yeah,
Yes.
and go follow sing Natra.
Everyone say goodnight. Everyone be safe tomorrow. And don't be stupid. Don't be a proud boy.
Good night.
Don't forget to
Bye.
like, comment, subscribe.